Good evening, folks. Good evening. Live from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. It's Saturday night. I want to start things off with one heck of a bang. I'm going like, you know, some people don't get it. I think some people just don't plain don't care. Tell me if you've seen this video before. This is fairly new.
19-year-old daughter is not fucking mine. Did you know I got a blood test for insurance?
Hold on. First of all, lower your voice.
Lower my voice.
Calm down.
Lower my voice.
Calm.
Read that shit. Yo, listen. How's that possible? How am I paying for a kid that's not mine? 19 effing years, and I'm paying for the college.
That can't be true.
How it can't be true?
Listen, those are just numbers. That's still your. After all these years, it's been 20 years. It's been 20 years.
Are you
That's
serious?
your child.
Are you serious?
That's your child.
Are you serious?
I've been faithful to you all these years.
I don't give a shit. How about when we first met? 19 years, he's not mine. You know how crazy that is?
Okay, keywords when they first met. Maybe after the baby was born, she's like planning to be the best wife, mother there is. But what about before? Why it took an affair? What's up, man? I better keep my P's and Q's. I better be the best wife there is. I better be the best mother there is. Yeah, I messed up. Why does this have to come down to where you mess up badly? It's like, oh, I better fix this mess right away. Instead of telling him the truth and accept the consequences, you can try to play one of those who try to carry it to the grave. Well, guess what? I said before in one of my other videos, there's 3 things you cannot hide: sun, moon, and the truth, no matter how hard you try. But I digress.
Do you know how
You are
crazy I
still
look?
the father.
No, I'm not.
Still the
You
father.
sound effing crazy, lady. You sound nuts. One, that child don't even call me.
Hey.
We go to counseling to fix our relationship for a kid that's not mine.
Wait.
Yeah,
wait.
know what?
Wait.
Shit.
So basically, this kid don't have much of a father-daughter relationship. It's caused problems between him and the wife, and the kid was not his. I want to deep down inside if the daughter knows that's not her real father. I wonder.
No,
Don't
go.
I'm fucking
Wait,
leaving.
Tom.
No, I'm
Let's
bouncing.
Let's talk.
We are talking. It's okay.
Huh? Wow. Hold on. I need a drink. Don't panic. It's ginger beer. Haven't gone over the edge yet. Ooh. Hard on the hands here. It's hard on the hands. Use my shirt. Here we go. Oh. I said before, and I keep on saying it again and again and again and again and again. Mandatory paternity tests. Law of the land, no exceptions. No matter what the child support court says, and despite what certain groups of women say. This is getting ridiculous. It's bad enough that he paid for the child all these years. He paid her way for college, and the mother knew this. And you know if he had her, the cheating woman, supposedly, don't get me wrong, she probably cheated once and that's it. Or what's it been? He's made one mistake. Not a mistake. I'm going to tell you, ladies, again and again, stop and say, oh, I made a mistake. No, you made a very messed up, selfish, self-centered choice. And instead of being an adult, say like, you know what, I messed up, I better tell him right away. You chose to hide it, deceive him, all that. And you wonder why, he explodes like that. You can't blame the man for reacting like that. You should be shocked and surprised. I'll go back to that young man, Deshaun Flood in Detroit, if I'm correct. Find out all his kids are not his, and worse. I mean, it's bad enough his wife cheated on him. That's bad enough. Bad enough she had a baby with another person that is not his, but they belong to his relatives. And you wonder why the guy tried to unalive her. Don't get me wrong. I have a problem with a person trying to unalive a person. So I understand his rage and him crashing out in the most violent way, yeah, I understand it. I don't agree with what he was trying to do. Do I understand? And am I surprised? No. But the moment he crashes out, he's the villain. Don't get me wrong. What he did is wrong. He should be punished. He should be put in prison. Am I surprised he did it? No. What Deshaun Fletcher should have done, and I know it's hard, because when you find out the truth, it's hard to keep in control emotionally. It's hard, because it all sounds like all these years you got lied, you got deceived, you got gaslit, and also you found out that the life you was living as a husband and a father was a big lie. That is brutal. To be cheated by your woman, whether it should be wife, fiance, girlfriend, that's bad enough. But when she gives birth to a child, and you led to believe that's your child and what reality it wasn't, that hurts so much more. It's type of pain that it would take pretty much many years to get over. And then there's some men that say, yeah, they get over it, but not instantly. You're not going to tell me you just found out that this 5-year-old kid you have this beautiful bond with was not biologically yours, and you're led to believe it is. That is messed up. That is messed up. The good news, not all women does that, thank God. But unfortunately, enough of do where guys have to question it. And now these days, there are videos of men saying like, look, I want you to take a DNA test for the child. And then the woman says, sure, I'll give you a DNA test, but the moment the test comes out positive you're the father, I'm going to divorce you. The sad part is like, if you have nothing to hide, why are you losing it? That's why I say it should be mandatory, so that way it's out of the husband's hand. It's out of the possible father's hands. It should never come down to where you can find out many years afterwards, though. Are you serious? But I tell you right now, ladies, you talk all big, bad, like, oh, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I got education. I got the bag. Guess what? Guess what? 2030 is going to be here before you know it. And in case you haven't noticed, though, it's going to be harder for you to find that man to marry. You think like, oh, I'm a 10. I'm a 10. I'm going to marry these guys. Guess what? The same man you want, there's a very good chance they don't want you. Because you think that, or the man don't want you because you have a high body count. Oh, trust me, the body count is a very powerful factor. But it's also your mindset. It's also your attitude and everything else pertaining to your heart, soul, and spirit. Because if your heart, soul, and spirit reeks of a Jezebel spirit, I mean the spirit will try to take it away from God, instead of the root spirit supposed to bring it closer to God, I'm sorry, a man stands on a business score. See that and say, nope. And majority of men can see it's a good time, not a long time. And don't be wrong, a lot of top 10 men will use it as a plaything, but will never wife you up. I'm laughing at these women I see on podcasts saying, oh yeah, I'm the best. No, you're not. You women expect perfection for the man, and you got enough imperfections to make a blind man turn around and run. Take on that. Like I said, you demand perfection when you're nowhere near, where you're supposed to be as a supposedly partner, especially a wife. Well, I'm mad though. It's kind of funny how women got this attitude. Oh, unless he puts a ring on it, I won't be your wife. There's a reason why I don't think he's gonna put the ring on you, because you're acting like you don't want to be a wife. You love the title, but don't want the responsibility. If that makes sense to you, it does to you, but to any logical thinking human being, it does not. I repeat, you love the title of being a wife, but you hate the responsibility. But this thing about the mandatory paternity test, it got to be the law of the land. I'll try to preach it, talk about it, at least about like once a week, once a month, whatever it takes. If I got to do make a video at least once a week to talk about mandatory paternity tests, I'll do it. Because this is getting ridiculous beyond words. It's getting really out of hand. It really is. But I want to talk about something else here that but grab my attention. I got to talk about here. Remember the lady who was in the car said she wanted to divorce her husband while she admitted her husband, there's nothing wrong. He's a great man, great husband, provider, father, and all that. And I just don't feel happy. Excuse me, ma'am. I believe her name is Camille. You're responsible for your happiness, not your husband's. And I got let's play the video, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it because there's some thoughts I want to say about it, but just listen to the video. Just listen to the video.
I keep trying to record this video and I keep going way off topic, so I'm gonna stick right to the point of what I want to say. This video got posted about a week and a half ago. It was me just getting on, expressing my feelings, and there's been a lot of people who have taken it and kind of turned it into something else. And that's my own fault for not explaining things better or being super clear about things. And I don't...
Okay, keep this in mind. You're the same woman who said you want to divorce your husband. It's one thing your husband abuse you, have an addiction like drugs, alcohol, can't keep in his legs, can't keep in his pants, or an adulterer, or abandons you, then guess what? You have a right to divorce him. But that's not it. You are your own mouth saying he's a great husband, he's a great father, he's a great man. You still want to divorce him? Say there's something missing. Guess what? One, seek help. Two, stop pinning your happiness on your man. Just like it's incumbent of your husband to maintain his own peace of happiness, it's incumbent on you to maintain your peace of happiness. This should be between mainly you, your husband, the Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, maybe a therapist, as long as not a feminist. But I digress.
I don't owe that to anyone to really go back and try to defend myself on everything that I said. The point of the video was me asking for advice on how to become closer with my husband. There have been...
Okay, big mistake. You don't go to social media and ask for advice. You go to actual experts. You talk to people, close friends. You must be this Christian. Don't you have other Christian friends who might give you an idea instead of go to strangers on the internet of all people? Seriously? Because don't be wrong, there will be some people on the internet who will help you. You got some people on the internet who just want to see the world blaze. And trust me, when they see you saying like, I want a divorce, he has a flamethrower ready to go, along with some Molotov cocktail. He's ready to set everything on fire, including you, will come to... Okay, hold on, folks. Please bear with me. Okay, sorry about that. Now, where was we before the internet crapped out on me? Oh, yeah, Miss Wonderful here.
I keep trying to record this video and I keep going way off. Like being misunderstood and feeling really sad that so many people are taking it the wrong way, I guess. You can think that what I said was wrong or how I felt was wrong, but I know how I felt. And the only thing that gave me peace at that moment was remembering and feeling God's love and knowing that He's the only one at the end of the day who knows my heart and my intentions inside and out. And at the end of the day, He's the only one who gets to judge me.
Okay, that part I have to agree. In the end, like, God is the one who's allowed to judge other people, and I'm not going to like disagree. It's true. Hold on a sec. There we go. But still, the fact you allow third parties involved in your marital problems, you're not going to, resolve it. You're going to, it's making it more complicated. But that's besides the point.
So, yes, all of these things that are going around, like, may still hurt my feelings, but at the end of the day, they don't matter. And the only people that really matter to me are God, my husband, my family, and my friends. And, at the top of that is obviously just God and my husband. So me and Ryan are good. Like, we're in a...
Are you sure about that? I promise you. Just the fact we say he's a good husband, but you want to divorce him. You had to say it just once. That's all you got to do. You had to say it just once. Other women, their ears going to perk up and say, like, oh, really? And then, and the internet people tell your husband, run. Don't be a simp, run. No, here's the thing. Ryan is like most good men. He's not going to turn and run at the first sign of trouble. He's not. I promise you, he will not. I hope and pray that you do really turn to God and take God's counsel to heart and choose not to listen to these feminist therapists who say, well, you do whatever you want. No. In the end, this situation made your husband very, very uncomfortable and to some level made him feel unhappy. I don't think it's a good feeling that your wife goes on social media and tells the whole world that I want to divorce my husband. You're not going to tell me that that's going to leave a good feeling in him. He's going to feel a certain way, and you can't fault him for feeling that way.
Good place. We are communicating more. We have taken and gotten lots of advice and are starting to put it into practice. Like, we are good, and me and God are good. So, all of this stuff going around on the internet is a lot to handle as, like, for anyone.
Okay, you say it's a lot to handle because you involved the internet. It's unnecessary. That's the fact you said you want to divorce a husband, he's a good husband. Of course, the internet's going to go a certain way. They're not going to be like going like, oh, poor girl. And the scary part, that's what say, look, whatever makes you happy, if you got to turn, leave your husband, leave your family, do it. And I've seen at least 2 videos, bare minimum, 2 women who say, you know what, I can leave behind my husband and my kids that make me happy. That's the epitome of selfishness. Now, the fact you haven't done it, I have to give you props. I have to give you flowers. You have abandoned your husband. You choose to stay and work on it and powerful. And I'll pray to God that it does work out. But if I was your husband, despite the fact you say you love him, you want to work things out, I hope your husband stays alert. I hope to God that what you pulled on social media, say, I want to divorce my husband, woke him up. Put him on notice. Make him realize, say, whoa, despite all the good I've done, I'm this close to being replaced, even though I did everything in the book and check all the boxes. Just saying.
I think the only person who really can know you inside and out is God. And at the end of the day, he's the only person that can judge you. And so that's all that matters. And all of these other voices on the internet, they don't matter. At the end of the day,
these other voices, you involved them. You invited them. You opened the door for everyone to say, hey, I want to hear what you think about this. I want to divorce my husband. What's your thoughts on it? You don't think the whole You think the internet's going to like come take your side and all that stuff, be happy, happy, joy, joy? No. I promise you, a lot of men who got burned like that are not going to be happy. I promise you, a lot of women who had to see their brothers, cousins, uncles, other male friends get burned like that, they're not happy about it. Please.
They have no real effect on my life. So people can say the nastiest things in the comments, but
Well, I believe it. I know they'll probably say every word in the book and made up some names. I promise you that.
my worth is not rooted in that. My worth is rooted in God's love and his perception of me, and he knows my heart inside and out. And that is all that matters.
Okay, here's the thing. God knows your heart. That is fact. Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he knows your heart. But the question is, do you know your heart? Apparently not so, because you want to divorce your husband.
So if you're going through something hard that you may be getting a lot of judgment for, just remember that. Like, you know your intentions, you know your heart, and God knows it. And at the end of the day, he's the only one that can judge you.
Once again, I said before, I say it again. You should keep certain situations between just you, your husband, the Heavenly Father, and the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. If you're going to bring a therapist, don't let it be a feminist, or you'll be signing divorce papers at record speed. But this situation doesn't end there. It don't, because I promise you, a lot of other women who's going like, you know, if you're going to divorce your husband, we'll take him off your hands if you don't want your husband. This is what this woman has done. And I'm going like, that's not smart. Check this out. Working on, I think he got working. But the fact the way she was like advertising him, not smart, Camille, not smart at all. But my point being that if you have any situation going on with you, your husband, stop putting it on the internet for heaven's sakes. Are you bananas? Have you lost your mind? I just gotta bring like one more thing, but I gotta leave it be because I'm just like plain old tired, you know, of this ridiculous mindset, the entitlement, and just oh wow. What was Camille thinking about going online and saying, I want a divorce, especially a perfectly good man? Like I said, it's one thing. This is where we're at right now, folks. It's one thing if the man was doing wrong, if he was cheating, abusive, having addiction, what have you not paying the bills, not being a provider, protector. But if the men are, and the women say, I'm still not happy. Seriously? There's a joke that goes like this. Adam and Eve was created in the Garden of Eden. And every fruit, every vegetable, anything that is pleasing to the palate, smell, senses, is there for them to partake. And Adam and Eve was walking through the Garden of Eden. As they're walking, Adam's like, this is incredible, this is great, we would never get sick, we'd never get old, we would never die, all this food, this is fantastic. Eve said, yeah, it's great, too bad it's not enough. Let me stop it right there. Immortality. No sickness, no aging, no death. All the food you can eat provided by God, the creator, and it's not enough. And here's the scary part. There are certain women right now, especially in Western civilizations, got the same exact mindset. You can have a man who's killing himself 12 hours a day, working a job, paying all the bills, paying all the car notes, paying for your hair, nails, pedicure, expensive bags, clothes, jewelry, perfumes. Only for you to go out to the clubs and shake it behind like you're single, you know you got a hardworking man at home. I gotta break this down real quick. I'm sick and tired of women out there saying, oh, until you put the ring on this, I'm not gonna be a wife. Can I tell you something, ladies? You don't put the ring on and Shazam, you're a wife. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Either A, you have the Ruth spirit, Ruth, who for the Old Testament, whose bloodline goes to Jesus. Yeah, a woman of God. But I hate to tell you this, a majority of you women who try to be on Instagram, TikTok, shake it behind like you're a wannabe playmate, that screams Jezebelian spirit. Jezebelian. Wish I was capping, but I'm not, unfortunately. I'm not. And you wonder why men are walking away from the dating world? You wonder why men had to work 10 times harder to find a woman who's like a fraction of what their grandma and great grandma's like as a young lady? Or why more and more men are leaving the country to find more traditional women? And then you be on social media crying, whining, why can't I find a good man? Well, for starters, you reject them. You tell them to get lost, get away from me, or take the police. Me Too movement, the whole bit, making false allegations against them. And don't tell me you don't, because I did enough videos where women has falsely accused men of crimes they haven't commit. More and more men say, you know what, this is getting too dangerous. I'm backing up quick. There was a video of a man who was jogging. He was jogging. Sees a woman in the distance. He deliberately forced himself to go at a slow pace so he won't sneak up behind her and scare her. That's how bad it's getting. Because the men don't want to smoke. They know what. Men are not that dumb, ladies. You think men are stupid? No. We are way sharper than you give us credit for, ever. They know for the fact, that if you even look like you're a threat, you're going to call the cops on us even if we haven't done a thing wrong. Sad. I'm going to pop up one last thing, then call it early night, because I'm not going to lie, I'm tired. I'm going to be up later on for church. I'm going like, wow. This one here is like part 2 on a wife triggered by a blue toilet water. I'm going like, the more I look at this, I'm going like, this woman has so many issues going on. I think it's more of a control issue more than anything else. And while you're at it, folks, share, like, subscribe my channel. And by the way, you notice I haven't advertised last week about this channel. I want to see if anyone's going to be around to see it and going to watch it out of curiosity. And I'm not sure. I got to check my numbers and all that. Advertise again next week to see how many people are going to check in my channel again next week.
I was wrong. I've been humbled.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. By the way, shout out to Emily W. King. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much for providing this content. But hold on a sec here. Let me go back. What she said earlier, for those in the back and all here, listen.
I was wrong.
Hold on a sec.
I was wrong.
Okay, big bold letters. I was wrong. Taking accountability and responsibility. Women, this is what it looks like. Take accountability and responsibility. You know, it took the internet to roast her to see that.
I've been humbled. I did apologize to him when he came home yesterday. He was like, Jen, that was forever ago. Who cares? I was like, no. I was dramatic. I just want to tell you I'm sorry.
And she said she's sorry. And yes, she was over dramatic. She said, I'm sorry. Ladies, once a blue moon, that's not a bad thing to tell your husband, especially if deep down inside you know you're really wrong.
That was.
And in case you've forgotten though, believe it or not, your husband 90 to 99% of the times are very, very understanding and very, very forgiving.
A little too much this time. We're fine. On to the next fight. Just kidding. He's the best.
What? Time out. What she said?
We're fine. On to the next fight. Just kidding. He's the best. Sweet, sweet man. Oh, no. He got me.
That's right.
I'm gardening all day together. He really is great. I'm folding the laundry. See, I do things too, you guys.
So at least she apologized, but let me point out why this is a deeper issue. There has to be an underlying reason in order to get so upset about blue toilet water. I just don't think that the seriousness of this is being addressed. And a lot of people are in the comments, and I feel bad in a way to bring this up and to even do a second video on this because I truly don't think that she realizes it. But people in the comments, I mean, they're being direct, but they're being fairly kind. Many of them saying that you're going to push a good man away, that you don't realize how good you have it. So whatever it is that's causing you to not see that and to not feel it, I hope it gets addressed because that man does deserve a better you.
Facts. Going back to Camille, going back to the woman who wants to divorce her perfectly good husband. You know, now there's like a crack in the foundation of marriage. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, they got end divorce. I hope it does not end divorce. I'm one of those guys who wants the marriage to succeed. I do. I really do. But just the mere fact that the second video, the woman saying like in the car, like, well, I want to divorce my husband. I'm sorry. The husband earned the right to be a little paranoid and staying on alert. You can't blame him. And yes, he loves her. He loves her, cherishes her. And like I see other videos. I've been to her page. Her husband loves her, cherishes her. He will do everything in the world to make it work. We are natural fixers. If there's a problem or a situation that seems broken, we try to fix it. We try to resolve it. We try to find absolution to it. And I can guarantee that's what her husband's doing right now. But the reality is, there isn't telling Ryan, her husband, run. Like I said, the fact that Ryan chose to stay and try to fix the marriage, try to make sure the marriage survives, I give the man all the props in the world. A lot of men would, and I'm not going to lie, there are men saying, like, she did what would have left. I'm sorry, there are men who have zero tolerance when it comes to women and the internet and spilling out their personal business. There's some that say, look, this is something private. You made it public. I don't like it. I'm not going for it. And you can't blame it for feeling a certain way. Now, going back to the woman with the blue toilet, and Emily says it best, something else is going on here. Sounds more like a control issue and all that stuff. The woman got all crazy and all that. So her husband, like, fixed the problem. I think something is going on. I'm totally agree. I totally agree. Now, going back to the very first video, I said before, and I say it again. mandatory paternity test. Plain and simple. I cannot. Okay, I see my friend Joseph. Hey, Joe, what's up? How you doing, bro? Bottom line, though, 2030 is coming, ladies. You think I'm running my mouth, flapping my gums? No, I'm not. Because I did like a check on an AI. I said, would the United States ever be in danger of the population declining? It said, as of now, maybe about 2080, that'd be the case. But without any new migrants, it'd be a lot sooner. I know people say, like, oh, you got to let the migrants in. Yeah, legally. Geniuses. Look at Europe. Europe is a mess. Europe is a mess. I'm waiting for the horrors comes popping out like the world's biggest, most poisonous gangrene zit. And I love to see what their lawmakers have to say. There's liberal lawmakers. I love to see what they're going to say. I'm still going back to France, the French problem where no paternity test is allowed unless it's under certain circumstances. So you mean to tell me a fair-skinned Parisian man and another fair-skinned Parisian woman gave birth to a dark-skinned baby? I'm sorry, paternity tests need to be make it mandatory. I don't know about the rest of the world, but for this country, it needs to be mandatory. Period. There's only two groups who are going to push back on it: child support courts and certain liberal Democrat women. Oh, it's going to disrupt the family. It's going to disrupt the family. Sorry, ma'am. The moment you decide to have sex with another man who is not your husband, you disrupt the family. This bill, the mandatory paternity test, is going to cover the man's back, so that way he will be settled with paying the expenses of another man's child. The guy who made that child, he should be made responsible one way or the other. And with that, folks, I'm going to end this for now. I want to thank anybody who watched, especially my friend Joe. Thank you so much and all that. And I'm going to get going. I'm going to advertise like, the live stream again next week. And if things go the way I hope, I might be live streaming from a different location. I might live stream a lot earlier. You might see me live streaming in a whole new city. If things go the way I hope it goes, it might, instead of have to wait till next Saturday, I might end up doing this early as this Friday. So until then, folks, I'm gonna get ready to call it a night. Anybody who came and watched the video, thank you very much. Share, like, subscribe. Good things are coming soon. And to everybody else in between, whether it be my friends, subscribers, even my haters, peace.